Next up, we have Ron Mitchell, Managing Director of Global Lithium Resources. Ron has more than 25 years of experience in senior commercial strategy and sales and business development roles, including more than 13 years in the lithium and battery metals industry with executive roles at Tianqi Lithium Corporation and Talison Lithium. Ron is also the inaugural chairman of the London Metals Exchange Lithium and Cobalt Committee, a role he has held for more than 3.5 years.
Great, thanks Tim, thanks to the organisers and thanks for everyone to come in this lovely air-conditioned room. So I'm here to talk about Global Lithium and first and foremost the Mana Lithium project. And just talking about building the next West Australian lithium producer, what does it take? You know, in my view, I've been in the industry now 14 years in the lithium sector, there's 5 key attributes you need as a company. So first is having a world-class, scalable resource and located in a really secure investment jurisdiction. The second key point is a strong growth-focused team across board and management with really strong technical and commercial skills. The third is really project development and a de-risking focus. The fourth is adopting a mature and proven flow sheet, and that's underpinned by really extensive metallurgical testing. The last point is really strong embedded downstream relationships within the value chain. And certainly our company has over the past 2 years acquired all 5 of those key attributes. So typical notice and disclaimer, please read this at your leisure, but definitely not during the Matildas game this evening. Okay, I touched on one of the first key attributes was really the people piece. And this is something we've worked hard on in terms of building a fantastic team. And whilst this page here really covers off the company on a page and what are some of the strategic highlights, I will touch on the team because they're the ones that are really doing the heavy lifting and getting the work done at ground zero. So what makes this unique? Well, first and foremost, 2 projects in this wonderful jurisdiction of Western Australia. We've got a 56 million tonne resource now at 1.09% grading lithium. We expect that will continue to grow. And they're wonderful jurisdictions in their own right within Western Australia, being in the Pilbara and of course here in the Eastern Goldfields. Both of these resources are JORC compliant, so 2 of only 14 in Australia. It is a great jurisdiction to be mining, one that has access to some of the best technical and commercial expertise on the planet. We've got great partners on our register, Mineral Resources holding at about 9.6% stake, and also Canmax, a major downstream producer in China. And we have plans to move downstream, so having these partners gives us great development optionality as well. We're well funded through to FID. We've got about 62 million in the bank as of 30 June. And a really super experienced board and management team, a really top-class board, and again, I'll touch on those shortly. But also we're focused on value creation and near-term cash flow opportunities. And again, this presentation will deep dive into a couple of these. So just the company at a very high level, market cap grading about 440 odd million. We've got 62 million in the bank. It's a tight register, as I mentioned earlier. Mineral Resources and Canmax taking close to 20% as strategics. And then we've got the balanced retail institutional holdings about 15% at the moment. Board and management about 4.5%, and a couple of high net worth individuals. A few companies covering the stock as well. The board is a strong one, a heavyweight board in my view, and across the board in the West Australian resources sector, we've got close to 180 years of combined cumulative technical, legal and commercial skills. And we've got a new chair this year, Jeff Jones, joining us, and Jeff brings some incredible technical oversight to the project as we move forward with our development story. And at the management level, the leadership level, we've built a really strong executive across really the finance discipline with Matt Allen joining recently, Tony Chamberlain leading our project development activities and our metallurgy, and of course our exploration, where we continue to kick some incredible goals. We've also put a really sharp focus on approvals, and we've had some amazing progress with both environmental, heritage and of course native title. So let's talk about the ore body and the resource. So this is our Mana project. We're sitting here about 100 kilometres from this particular resource, and I'd just like to acknowledge traditional owners in which our project is located, the Kakara people, and I'll pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Great place to be mining, 100 k's away. We've got an operating rail line running 13 kilometres south of the project site. the best type of lithium raw material for the sector. It's a spodumene-bearing pegmatite, outcropping with multiple intervals. I had the pleasure of heading out to site. We've just set up a 20-man exploration camp, and the drill bits are going to be backing in within a matter of weeks. So we're thrilled with the progress we've made. I'll talk about the engagement we've had with not only the local pastoralist, John Jones, a wonderful supporter of the company. I'm sure he's out there somewhere. But of course the native title group. And again, we're operating in an area that's incredibly infrastructure rich, and the upside of this particular asset is enormous given it's open along strike in multiple directions and at depth. We did announce a very important upgrade to the resource recently, only a handful of weeks ago, and really positioned Manna as a world-class asset. We now have a 36 million tonne resource grading at 1.13% lithium. We think there's more to come in terms of that growth, both in grade and total tonnage. And we're thrilled with this upcoming exploration campaign. It will position Manna as one of the largest lithium exploration campaigns on the planet this year. We'll have to have up to 6 drill rigs, a combination of RC and diamond drilling. And as you can see from the graphic on the right side, this ore body remains open. We've got more than 50% of the total tonnes now sitting in an indicated classification. That 50,000 metres of drilling is going to focus on a number of things. First and foremost, additional tonnes through the extensional campaign. We'll build this resource, but we'll also infill 40 by 40 metre spacings to move a vast portion of the existing indicated mineralogy into a measured position, and that will really underpin our further de-risking of the project as we move forward. We have submitted a mining lease application. We're expecting this to be approved, if not by the end of this year, certainly early next year. It's a significant area, covers about 2,500 hectares. And as you can see in the graphic on the right, we've got the trans-access rail line about 13 kilometres from the project site. So as far as infrastructure goes, this is one of few that has an incredible access to infrastructure, be able to get our mineral to market. And that is a core focus of ours as part of the current DFS, which is ongoing. Land access is really important. We've made some incredible, or developed some incredible relationships with the Kakara people. We've had a through the front door approach from day one, something that's been incredibly well respected by the group. And that's culminated, importantly, and really pleased to announce, we concluded our first heritage survey with the group through the entire Manna mining lease area, and that concluded on Friday. So we're thrilled, and that really paves the way for an incredible exploration campaign, which will kick off in a matter of days. We also have a strategic investment in Kairos, so a position to the south of us. There's lithium anomalies throughout the top end of their tenement, which runs down strike of Manna. But also there's some other interesting things in their tenements that we have a first right to co-develop. And we also have access through a collaboration agreement to infrastructure and water through their tenements, which are quite significant. So we're really pleased with this deal, and it really gives us great optionality going forward. I talked about project development de-risking. This has been a massive focus for us over the last 6 months. We certainly consider ourselves in a wonderful position to explore DSO in a really meaningful way. We've had a team, one of the only lithium teams that's gone into China recently. A great outcome. There's some incredible opportunities there for us, and part of that was understanding the capability and the capacity of spodumene beneficiators in China, and we've had a large number of those parties come through our office in recent times, and we're discussing the commercial potential of a deal. We also have a PFS ongoing that is soon to conclude. It'll conclude the back end of this quarter for a 500,000 tonne per annum DSO opportunity for up to 24 months. So we are looking at DSO package award based on a final investment decision the back end of this year, which could see us with a mining permit issued Q2 next year and first production the back end of next year. So we're really thrilled with the progress of this. Again, we've got very shallow mineralisation at Manna and incredibly amenable to a DSO operation given our access to infrastructure as well. We're de-risking further through a really solid DFS campaign and a huge amount of metallurgical work going into this campaign. We've collected 9,000 kilograms of core to support our met testing. And importantly, that met core is representative through the entire pit. We haven't cherry-picked select core, so that when we deliver a flow sheet to market, when I take a final investment decision to our board about the middle of next year, I can do so with confidence. The initial met is shaping up incredibly well. It's beautiful ore. It's low in iron, low in gangs, and it looks like it'll beneficiate very, very well. And certainly the initial indications from our partners located offshore who have received some core suggest that the recoveries are very high. We've also got an opportunity through ore sorting to further increase the grade of a potential DSO operation. We can push the grade up to potentially 1.5 to 2%. We have done some proof of concept trials using a Steinet. It's a German ore sorting machine, which is an optical ore sorter, which separates the waste rock from the pegmatite. We're very lucky with Mana because the shear zone between the waste and the pegmatite is very clear. There's no lithium smearing into our waste rock, and most of the iron is in the waste. So if we can separate the waste rock through visual control, it's going to give us a really clean feed going into our spodumene beneficiation. We're not looking to process all the ore. It'll be just a small portion of the total ore body separated at the run of mine prior to joining the main crusher and ahead of the SAG mill prior to beneficiation. So we've got some further trials ongoing. We'll bring those results to market shortly. We have also announced another discovery, as you do when you own a tenement. You look and you build targets for your next exploration campaign, and as part of that process, we've been alerted to the fact that we have a rare earth discovery. This is certainly not distracting from our team's core business of building our lithium, building the next lithium mine, which is our focus, but certainly this was material in the sense of the discovery. We've got work to do. We'll find out. We've got a separate drilling crew that will drill out this asset throughout the course of the next 3 to 4 months, and we'll be bringing announcements to market in due course, but certainly something to look out for. But certainly this particular tenement, talking to our geology team, is incredible. There is a lot there. We've only really scratched the surface in terms of its potential, given we've only drilled it for less than 12 months. So lots more to come. So just finishing off then and looking at our major milestones for Mana. Busy time. We've got a great team, a team that's incredibly incentivised, enthusiastic. Exploration is the core focus for us, building the resource. We've got really significant additional tonnes to come as part of this resource. And also we expect the grade to continue to lift as we do additional diamond drilling. Of course, the metallurgy as well as part of that de-risking. We've got an ore reserve we're going to be announcing to market shortly. We have the DSO PFS, which will be coming to market. And of course, the DFS proper for the spodumene concentrate, we're looking to conclude the back end of this year and early into next year. Customer offtake remains strong. The funding strategy is coming together really well. Matt Allen, myself, progressing that through. But certainly there's no shortage, as I'm sure Tony's going to jump on stage shortly and attest to. The interest in hard rock lithium, spodumene from Western Australia is unbelievable. We've got a mineral resource upgrade to come again next year on the back of our 50,000 metre exploration campaign. Approvals, tracking really well. Again, we've got a really strong approvals team. There's no P1 species identified, either flora or fauna, at a project site. So it's going to make our environmental approvals at least quite smooth. And we're hoping to conclude a native title agreement with the Kakara people by the end of this year. So that'll put us actually 6 months ahead of schedule if we're able to hit that milestone. So all going well. I'll take a final investment decision of paper to the board around the middle of next year, possibly sooner. And then for the project proper, we've got about an 18 to 24 month construction, commissioning and start of production process. So lots to look forward to. The team's kept incredibly busy, but it's all about our people. So again, just acknowledging our people, the team, the GL1 team. Thanks for your support. We've got a lot of work to do between now and the end of the year, but it's an exciting time. So thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you very much, Rod.